So, about a year ago, Square Enix announced that they were going to be involved in a game based on the Avengers movie. Which I always wondered why we didn't get one, because during the phase one of the MCU, like, we had a Thor game, Iron Man game, Captain America game. Some were okay and some were downright terrible. Like, apparently the Captain America game wasn't too bad. As a,
beat 'em up,
3D beat 'em up stealth kind of thing. But we never got that for the first Avengers movie or any of the sequels. I think maybe Iron Man 2, but no, that was pre-Avengers. So yeah, once Avengers hit, we didn't see any more of those games, probably because they were pretty much subpar. So it's cool, I think, that we have Square now coming out and being the publisher for this new kind of, and I think it's not even going to be one game. I think they said they were going to do a series of games, like a new franchise. And recently we got an announcement that they are hiring some pretty high profile talent to work on this game. Looks like we're getting people who have worked on the Tomb Raider games, worked at Naughty Dog for Uncharted, on the Uncharted games. Looks like we've got some people, or one person that worked on the Dead Space series. Also people who worked on Star Wars Battlefront and Batman Arkham Asylum. Arkham Origins. I guess that was just wishful thinking on my part. But yeah, so it looks like Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal are the ones that are going to be working on the title. And it's simply known as the Avengers Project right now. And I think when this was originally mentioned a year ago, we talked about it, and we talked about like what we would like to see in it and that sort of thing. I like that they're taking their time. It's been a year since we've heard anything else. At the same time, I really have a problem with games that they get announced and then nothing. I'm looking at you, Final Fantasy VII Remake. You have to give us something. You have to at least give me an update, one update a year. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Supposedly it's coming out this summer.
Oh, this summer is what you heard?
Or either...
I heard this year, 2018, might be the year that it actually comes out.
I think it said the summer of 2018. I could be wrong. It's been a while.
Which will probably be pushed back to the fall. Holiday 2018.
2019. To Square's
second quarter 2019.
I almost said Squaresoft. I'd be going to nowhere.
Yeah, well.
Square Enix. I will fly there. And
this Avengers game will probably come out before Kingdom Hearts 3.
Probably.
So it seems like it's basically being made by the same people who mostly worked on the new Tomb Raider games. So, hey, they make good video games.
What kind of superhero game will it be?
They didn't really mention that, but I'm hoping... Number one, you got to play as all the different Avengers. You definitely need to have that option as an option.
Well, then there's the other question. Is this going to be based off of the movie Avengers?
Yes.
Or the the movie Avengers? Okay.
It is going to be based off the MCU Avengers.
Okay, so then it's the question of...
Are you thinking story-wise or just gameplay?
Yeah, because the roster's not going to be too giant, which could be a good thing.
Yeah, if it's just going to be an action game, I wouldn't want every single Marvel character available.
Right.
Just that first movie.
Right.
6 playable characters would be fine.
Was that over there work? Was Iron Man, Thor,
I'm counting Black Widow and
right.
Hawkeye. Right? 6?
Yeah.
6? So yeah. Do 6 playable characters. I would definitely tailor each level to what character you're going to play as, because I think an Iron Man level should play very differently from a Hulk level. A lot of flying for Iron Man, and Hulk would just be taking on like hundreds of enemies.
It's just a destruction level.
In fact, just look at Hulk Ultimate Destruction on PS2, GameCube, and Xbox, and just make that look prettier, and you've got your Hulk level.
You can have like sneaking around missions, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. Captain America can just be like up close
a brawler.
And personal. Yeah. Iron Man can be like. Well, would Thor and Iron Man be pretty similar? Because they both fly around, but Thor also does some...
Thor just kind of zips from place to place.
Yeah.
It'd be actually... And I want them to really pay attention to... I think it's Insomniac that's working on the Spider-Man PS4 game.
I had completely forgotten about that.
Yeah, that's another one that's coming out this year. Because I have no money for. I want them to pay attention to how that game is designed, and I hopefully they're paying attention to what's out there now. Because I think it sounds weird, but I think Thor's gameplay should be close to what a Spider-Man game's gameplay is like, where you're kind of zipping around, landing in one place, beating up a bunch of guys, and then zip out somewhere else. Open world. I think they're... And I'm okay with... I don't think every game should be open world.
It shouldn't be. It should definitely be...
Like, very open levels.
Yeah, but not open world.
Because we haven't had a superhero game... I think the Arkham games... It's funny. These guys are worked on the Arkham Origins game. The Arkham games kind of changed superhero games to the point where nobody makes them anymore, because they used to have this very cookie cutter formula that everyone followed, where you unlock combos and you unlock more combos, and then you can unlock some more combos when you level up and you get more health, and if you have a meter of endurance or something like that, you get a higher meter. They don't do that anymore since the Arkham games. And now they're not making any more Arkham games. So.
Right. Well, which is fine, because I think they reached a limit to where it was like, okay, you guys, you can calm down. And they have.
It'd be cool if Black Widow and... See, it'd be cool if I think actually if you took Black Widow and Hawkeye and made them interchangeable in the same level. Like, Hawkeye takes control at certain points that are more shooter.
He's in the high ground, taking out watchers, or like people that can see Black Widow, and then Black Widow like moves up on the bottom trying to get somewhere.
You could even make it a bit multiplayer.
I was gonna say that, but we're in 2018. It's not gonna happen.
Well, so as much flack as it gets, Resident Evil 5 is really fun as a 2-player co-op experience.
I thought it was fun.
A lot of people give it a lot of crap because it's basically the first Resident Evil that was like, it roided out Chris Redfield, and the story was ridiculous because it's never been ridiculous in Resident Evil up until that point, right?
Yeah. I liked it. I played it with a friend of mine.
It was fine.
Yeah, it had me terrified. I was glad I had someone else there with me, because I could not play a game like that by myself.
The AI is frustrating, but if you play it as 2-player, you don't have to worry about that. So I could totally see that, because there were parts where you had to separate. One character had to go one route, and another character went the other route.
Yeah.
So yeah, totally do that with those two. Make it an option, and then have the AI control them if you're single player.
There are definitely characters that could like do stuff like that. Like Iron Man and Thor could like fly around, taking out enemies in the air. Black Widow and Captain America could be like beating up guys on the ground. Hawkeye and Iron Man, Hawkeye's giving aerial support while Iron Man is doing everything.
It's really good when you have... So the reason why a lot of movie tie-in games are terrible is because they're rushed. Because they want to get the game out at the same time the movie's out, right? We have our exceptions. There are the Spider-Man 2 out there that show up occasionally.
I actually liked the first Kung Fu Panda video game.
Never played it.
It's a very basic 3D beat 'em up. I may be one of the only people on this planet that will actually admit that I liked the Kung Fu Panda video game, but it was fun. I was entertained the entire time.
Here's another one. Do you remember the movie Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman?
No.
Okay. Well, Hugh Jackman plays Van Helsing. Takes on... I don't know if you're messing with me right now or not.
No, I have no idea.
Legitimately. Kate Beckinsale was in it.
I don't know who that is.
Underworld.
I know what Underworld is. I've never seen it. Okay. I at least know what that is.
She's the main character. She plays the main character.
Okay, that's like a vampire movie, right?
Yeah, female vampire.
Yeah, they just had like a new movie like last year or 2016, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they actually made a game based on that movie that was a Devil May Cry clone. And it was, and I remember watching my cousin play, and I was like, this isn't that bad for a movie tie-in. But now that, we're on the third Avengers movie that's coming out, this movie came out, man, it's crazy, almost 6 years ago. It's been almost 6 years since the first Avengers came out. So there's no rush. There's no hurry to get it out during a certain window of time. You can take all the time you need to make a nice experience. And that was one of the... It's one of the best experiences I've had at a movie theater. That first Avengers movie. So if you can take that and recreate it in video game form, that's all you got to do. I don't think it would be that tough, especially with the talent that we're getting. I think it'll be... I think all signs point to a good game.